Welcome to CI 528 Literacy Assessment for Reading Specialists. Hooray, hooray. I'm Dot McElhone and I'll be your instructor, and I am an associate professor in the Department of Curriculum and Instruction at Portland State, and I'm also the director of the elementary teacher ed program. I teach in that program literacy methods courses, teach lots in the reading endorsement and in the doctoral program. And I'm super excited about this class. So as you know, this is a hybrid course, half online, half face-to-face. And so this first week, which is September 27th, is our usual class day. This is an online week, and we'll be meeting at Lake Oswego Junior High Library on the 2nd, 4th, 6th, 8th, 10th, and 11th weeks. And so our first class meeting is October 4th, and that's 4:30 to 6:30. So this online course is organized by weeks in D2L. I think that'll be a structure that's familiar, but if not, we'll just get you acquainted. If you choose the contents, you should see the table of contents option, and under that you should see a getting started module, and then a module for each week of the course, like week 1, week 2, and so on. And that will include the weeks that we meet on campus, just so everything is sort of laid out for you there. And each module will contain an overview document, like week 1 overview. And that will have a little list of the topics we're going to address, a little summary of what we're going to be working on, and then it will also include links to any readings that are not in our textbooks, and links to discussions where you need to post and those kinds of things. So you'll find the course syllabus under the Getting Started tab. You want to make sure to read it in its entirety before you continue doing anything else for the course, just to give yourself a big picture of how things are laid out. And be sure to jot down any questions you have. Probably if you have a question, someone else does too. And I really want to help you out and make things as clear as possible. So there's an optional discussion thread called Questions About the Syllabus. Go ahead and click there, add a thread, and post your questions, and that way everyone can see those and the answers. Take some time to explore the rest of the D2L site, so you know where to find discussions and drop boxes to drop assignments, readings, your grades and weekly overviews and so on. There are a few things I'm still tweaking, like I need to add a couple of pieces of information about some assignments and recalibrate the grading setup, because I cut a bunch of posting requirements for your group. I just wanted to make the course a little more streamlined for you than it was for the last time I taught it on campus. So we're going to have 2 primary texts for this course. Both of them are available through the bookstore. You can also get them quicker and sometimes cheaper on Amazon or through Powell's, and so on. And there's detailed info about them in the syllabus. The main text is this gem. It's Assessment for Reading Specialists, or Reading Instruction, sorry, by McKenna and Stahl. It's the 3rd edition, and it's a really useful text. So before you read chapter 1, which is your week 1 task that you want to do by Sunday at the latest, I'd like you to consider your own mental model of reading. So what I mean by that is, how do you think about what reading is and what readers are doing when they read, in their mind, in their heart, in their community, however you think about that. How do the reading assessments that you choose in your teaching practice, or content assessments that include reading skills, how do those reflect your perspective on what reading is and what readers do? And so as you read chapter 1, think about how different aspects of reading are assessed and how those aspects fit together in the McKenna and Stahl cognitive model. That diagram and kind of set of ideas will be a driver for our course and will help us kind of organize our thinking. The second text is a small little book, like 6 by 9, something like that, of the standards for the assessment of reading and writing, and that was published by the International Reading Association, which is now International Literacy Association, and the National Council of Teachers of English. This is a text that you can actually access in its entirety online, but if you're someone who likes to have a paper copy, you can also get it through Amazon, and the details again are in the syllabus. Okay, so, and we won't be using that little text for a few weeks, so it's okay if you don't have it today. You'll notice that one of the reading assignments for week 1 is the IRA Professional Standards for Reading Specialists and Literacy Coaches, and I know they both have standards in the title, but that's a totally different document than this assessment standards one. One is assessment standards for assessing students, the other is professional standards for professionals. So we're reading about the professional standards this week. That 7-page document is linked on the week 1 overview, and so it's totally separate from that assessment standards book. So as you read those professional standards for reading specialists and literacy coaches, I'd like you to consider your own areas of strength and your areas where you would like to grow. How do your knowledge and skills match up with what's expected of a reading specialist or a literacy coach? And also consider, why are each of these skills or pieces of knowledge important for a reading specialist or literacy coach? You'll be making one discussion post between now and Sunday, October 1st. That's just a personal introduction, and I know you all know each other, or most of you do because you've had class together so far, so that's kind of just a favor to me, but it is a chance to maybe learn something about friends in the class that you might not have known. And then you'll make another discussion post by Wednesday, October 4th. That'll be a response to the 7-page professional standards document, where you'll be thinking about some of your strengths and areas to grow in terms of the standards. Okay, so one of the course assignments, just to kind of have in the back of your mind, this will be like our final paper, that'll be a literacy profile you will write about a student who struggles with reading. And I encourage you to use a student in your class. And the assignment will ask you to review that student's literacy assessment data and then gather information about the interventions and instruction that have been tried in the past and how the student responded. So the student in your class, you'll have lots of data from the beginning of the year. If you can talk to last year's teacher or a couple of prior teachers, that'll really help. If you are a content area teacher or a special education teacher, it would be a really good idea, I guess regardless of what kind of teacher you are, to collaborate with other teachers that serve that student. So it's a good idea to sort of start thinking about which student you might like to study for that assignment. And it should be the case that we'll just be able to collect together the data that you would already have on that student versus having to implement a bunch of additional assessments just for the purposes of this course. Before we meet on October 4th, in a nutshell, you'll be completing the week 2 readings, which include a video introduction that'll be located in the week 2 overview page. I'll have a link there. I haven't yet posted that, so that's coming soon. As of Wednesday afternoon, I haven't yet posted it. Chapter 2 of McKenna and Stahl, 3 brief articles, very readable, and those will all be linked directly from the week 2 overview page. And then you'll want to post your response for discussion post 2, which is the IRA Professional Standards for Reading Specialist post. And that's, again, just about kind of your thoughts about your strengths and areas for growth in terms of those standards. So please feel free to email me. The best way to do that is directly to my pdx.edu address. So it's my last name, McElhone. It's MCELHONE, MCELHONE @pdx.edu, and it's pronounced McElhone, which doesn't sound a whole lot like it looks, but that's what it is. Please do call me Dot, though. So email me directly if you have questions, need any clarification. I'm super happy to help. Please don't email me through the D2L portal because the email function there is a little clunky. Sometimes messages don't come through, and sometimes I just don't see them because I don't get the same kind of alert. So I can't wait to meet each of you on week 2, October 4th. I'm looking forward to working with you this term, and it's going to be a great course. Okay, thanks so much.